All right, so I took a quick poll just a few minutes ago. How many have heard of this crime? Anybody? But if you watch Dateline, then this might sound familiar to you. Does anyone watch Dateline in here? You watch it regularly? Do you recall the episode Poison Twist?
No.
Okay. This was just a few months ago that they aired it. The interesting thing is, I remembered watching it. I'm like, oh, that's really interesting. I want to do this for next month's cast. I went back to rewatch it, and it was gone off of Peacock, which is weird because it was episode 20, and it went like episode 18, 19, 21, 22. I'm like, what is going on here? But there might be a hint at the end of this to explain that.
So is it an unsolved mystery, or it's...
It might be partially solved.
Partially, okay.
I don't know. We'll find out together.
All right, okay.
Somehow.
Let's do it.
Okay. So this is the death of Mary Yoder. This is a relatively recent crime compared to other things that we have talked about, and it's a local crime. So this happened outside of Utica, New York. Okay, so just some background information. Dr. Mary Yoder and her husband Bill owned a chiropractor practice together in Sauquat, New York, which is located in Oneida County outside of Utica, New York, if anyone knows where that is. That's a picture of the practice right there. She is a healthy 6-year-old woman. She works out, she takes vitamin supplements, drinks her healthy shakes, and toward the end of the workday, she ends up getting violently ill. Like she's running back and forth to the bathroom, not feeling well. Even customers who were there say she was not herself. So she ends up leaving as soon as she can once they lock up the practice at night. She goes home. She ends up in the ICU.
Yikes.
That
same night?
I believe it was the next. She made it through the night at home. It was like throwing up all night long, and eventually she ended up at the hospital.
Oh, wow.
And her heart stopped several times. They revive her, and then they even had to insert a trach. But she ends up passing away even less than 48 hours when she was actually seeing patients at the practice. And so she dies on July 22nd, 2015.
And she was, like you said, healthy and active. And okay.
Yep, so it was a surprise to everyone. So then there's an autopsy that takes place, and the medical examiner quickly notices the color of Mary organs during the autopsy.
Okay.
And they appear to be in a state of decomposition, which usually suggests the presence of toxins. So it's showing that there's some cell breakdown pretty quickly after death, which doesn't really make sense. Her body was tested for heavy metals, but came back negative. Then they got in touch with the Poison Control Center to ask some questions, and when they reviewed the results, they suggested they test for colchicine, which if you ever heard of colchicine, right down here, that is a medication for gout.
Oh, okay. And she did not have gout.
She did not have gout.
Okay.
And so this, like I said, this test came back positive. As I said, she did take vitamin supplements. She drank health shakes at work. Could they have been contaminated? Could it have been intentional? So you just have to also remember that only a doctor can place an order for this medication. Mary's husband, since he also owned the practice with her, he was a doctor.
And she was a doctor too?
She was a doctor also.
Doctors.
They were
Okay.
both doctors. So Mary's husband, he's a doctor. The strange thing was, and maybe he didn't think it was that big of a deal, but he didn't share this colchicine information with anyone.
Did he have gout?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
I did not, actually I didn't look that up.
Okay.
Bill Yoder, did he have gout? I don't know. So he didn't share this information with anyone. I think possibly he assumed that maybe the vitamins she was taking were contaminated.
Oh, with this poison.
Yeah.
Not a poison, but whatever this is.
Something, I think he thought something just,
Something was not right
some
with the
accident.
vitamins or something.
Yeah, it wasn't malicious at all.
Yeah, okay.
But I could be wrong.
Okay.
So 3 months later, Mary's sister, Sharon, she calls the sheriff's office to tell them about this colchicine revelation that they learned from the autopsy.
Okay.
And the sheriff's office is, oh wow, we didn't even know anything about that because Bill didn't say anything. So now they're beginning to think Mary's death was a homicide, was a murder. And they start to look at Bill as a suspect.
That would make sense.
As I said, October 2015, Mary's sister reports autopsy results to the Oneida County Sheriff's Office. Then in November 2015, both the Sheriff's Office and the ME, the Medical Examiner's Office, receive an anonymous letter that if colchicine is found, then the police need to look into Adam Yoder. And Adam Yoder is Mary and Bill's son. So he's the son.
Okay. Did he have gout?
I don't know.
I'm just curious.
It's an honest question. It's possible. I think he's in his early 20s, but...
So probably not.
Yeah. So the letter tells police that they will find the empty bottle of colchicine in his black Jeep Wrangler, and that he had admitted to the murder.
That he
That
poisoned his...
Adam Yoder had in
Yeah.
fact poisoned his mother,
Oh my
and
gosh.
that he had killed her.
Yeah.
So now the police are positive that it's murder based on this letter alone.
Yeah.
And just to let you know, the supplements were also tested that
Okay.
Mary was taking, and they were negative for colchicine. So another strange part of this case is that around the same time, so November 2015, Bill starts dating someone new. In fact, it's his sister-in-law, Kathy.
Oh, come on. Come on.
So Mary's sister.
I'm not even going to ask if she had gout. I'm not going to ask that.
Maybe that's
Okay,
like,
good.
this might be the answer.
Maybe. I don't know.
It was Mary's sister all along with misplacing her gout medication.
There you go. Case solved.
Yeah, I know.
No, so he starts dating her sister.
Yes.
That's...
She passed away July 2015, and he starts dating her in November.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm assuming she's divorced or something.
I don't know what
Yeah.
her story
Okay.
is.
All right. Okay.
I could research it, maybe got
Yeah.
spicier than that, but
I don't want to know.
yeah, I think you do.
No, I don't.
Maybe if she was married, her husband had gout.
There you go. That's where she got the gout medication from.
Mary's other sisters are beginning to suspect Bill.
More sisters.
Yeah, she's got more sisters, and they're beginning to suspect Bill just because of the fact he didn't mention the colchicine
Right.
to the sheriff's office.
Right.
Now he's dating the sister.
And so quickly after his wife died. I mean,
Yep.
was that like 4 months, 5 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And one of the sisters remembers Bill having used colchicine in the past to grow super marijuana. I don't know what that means. What's your problem? I don't know what super marijuana, but in the 1980s.
Okay.
So maybe you're familiar with super marijuana in the
I have
1980s.
no idea.
Because I'm not. Okay.
That was when he grew it in the 80s?
Yeah.
With the gout medication?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I don't know anything about that.
He saved it a long time.
He did. I would think it would be expired.
Expired. It
by
probably
then.
wasn't as
Yeah, that was probably why it was poisonous, because it was expired.
But the thing is, when Bill was asked by the police about the drug colchicine, Bill acted like he didn't know anything about it.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
I never even heard of that drug.
Yeah, okay.
And the sisters are like, wait a minute, you used it to
Grow your super marijuana.
Super marijuana.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm laughing.
He put super in front of anything. So.
It's just funny. Super gout medicine.
Yeah. And Mary's hairdresser had overheard a phone conversation that Mary had with Bill while she was getting her hair done. And now, you can take this however you want. Take it or leave it.
Okay.
But, no, it's not that funny.
Okay.
It's just, now I want to
Okay.
throw super marijuana. Okay. But Mary said something like on the phone to Bill, no, we are not going to do that, and that's not going to happen. So, police request that Caitlin Conley, hold on. That Caitlin Conley, who's Mary's 22-year-old office assistant,
Okay.
that she come to the station to tell what she knows of the Yoder's marriage. Because like I said, the police are now really looking at Bill. Let's find out what skeletons he has in the closet.
Right. He's the prime suspect.
And office assistant will probably know, or at least have some idea of what
She
happened.
probably has her own observations about what
Correct.
she saw.
And they both
Yeah.
were, like, occasionally in the office together. Like I said, they owned the practice
Yeah.
together. So during the interview, Caitlin feels that Adam needs to be looked at more closely. So she's pointing the finger at Adam as well.
Okay.
And then when pressed about whether or not she wrote that anonymous letter, she said, you can't protect me. And she eventually admits to writing that anonymous letter.
She tells the police that?
Yeah.
That she wrote the
Yeah.
anonymous letter. Oh.
So Caitlin and Adam had actually dated a year before for a few years. They were broken up at the time. But
And
a
she
year
wanted the
ago,
police to look into him.
yes.
Okay.
But a year ago, they've been dating like for several years. For such a young couple, they actually had a long relationship. But it was a toxic relationship, according to both sides. Adam drank heavily, which would lead to anger issues. There were cheating allegations. There was one incident in particular when on July 26, 2014, so this is like a year ago,
Year
Caitlin
before the
accused
murder.
Yes, Caitlin accused Adam of raping and choking her. So she actually called Adam in the presence of police. She had gone to the police station to report it. She calls Adam on the phone. The police are listening in. But he doesn't really give much because he admits that he was blackout drunk at the time, so he can't really defend himself. So then she decides then to just drop charges. She's not going to bother. Apparently, she also told him that she experienced an ectopic
pregnancy?
Yes, ectopic pregnancy. Had almost bled to death, and the child was his.
Okay.
And at the time, he was briefly involved with someone else. But as soon as she provided that information to him, he came right back to her. So those are just examples of how it was such a toxic relationship.
It seems like there's a lot of drama there.
Yes. Oh, for sure. So back to November 2015, now Caitlin's being interviewed by the police.
Gotcha.
She tells detectives that she was riding in Adam's Jeep in September, so this is September 2015. So
Okay.
even though they're on and off, she was in his Jeep in September 2015.
Okay.
And that he had admitted to killing his mother and threatened her a little bit, told her how he did it, and that's how she knew the colchicine was in his Jeep under her passenger. So the odd thing, though, is during the interview with detectives, Caitlin says with a smirk, "Poison is a lady's weapon." She smirks at the detective. And that, when that happened, the detectives, this is strange, they say that.
Yeah.
So December 2015, then, Adam is called into the sheriff's office where he's interviewed because now there's supposedly the colchicines in his vehicle. So Adam is shown the letter, and police asked to search his car. There was a bunch of garbage in that car. Like, it was your typical 20-year-old
Food wrappers.
Oh God, yeah.
Super marijuana.
Yeah. There might have been.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah. They do find an empty bottle of colchicine under the passenger seat wrapped in cardboard. And Adam seemed surprised when that was discovered. And because only the family members knew about the colchicine, police are beginning to suspect it had to be somebody in the family. And at this point, they suspected that Caitlin, they already know, I guess, that Caitlin wrote the letter.
Right.
But-
she admitted to that.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yep.
So here's a picture of them finding the colchicine in Adam's car. And this is Adam and Caitlin when they were still dating.
She bought it.
Okay.
Oh.
Turn around.
Oh,
You're
sorry.
supposed to read.
Sorry.
I just keep hearing sound effects.
Sorry.
So June 13th, 2016, Bill is arrested, and this is 11 months now after Mary's death. Bill is cleared. Caitlin is told she's got 30 minutes to report to the police
Yikes.
department. She's indicted for murder in the second
Oh my
degree,
gosh.
but she is out on bail. She's under house arrest, though.
Okay.
So there was some other evidence that the police uncovered in order to decide that they were going to arrest her. So the colchicine was ordered from California by the email Mr. Adam Yoder, 1990 at gmail.com.
Okay.
The rep from Enzo, Enzo is an online shop that sells substances to science and medical researchers. She remembers calling the Yoder's practice and speaking to a young woman who knew exactly what she was referring to about the colchicine.
Okay.
And the rep also felt like she wanted to get off the phone rather quickly. The order was placed on Caitlin's work computer.
Why would she give her work number, though? Like, to have the rep call her at work about this order?
You have to prove that it's an office, probably
that's
a
okay.
doctor's
Yeah, I
office.
guess. Okay.
It was discovered that this email address was logged into at Caitlin's residence and again from her iPhone in March of 2016.
Did she create it? Are we going to get
Well,
there?
so, yeah, we'll get to it.
Okay.
Just remind me, because
Okay.
I don't think I wrote it down
Okay.
here. So Caitlin had accused another past boyfriend of rape. She had pictures from that alleged attack from Adam on her phone, but they were really from several years ago from a horseback riding incident. And it struck the family as odd that she wanted to get back together with him an hour after accusing him at the police station.
Yeah, that's weird. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, there's that. This is a picture of the order form for the colchicine. It has that Mr. Adam Yoder 1990 email address on there.
And it is shipping to his address.
Yeah, it's shipping, I think
Yes.
it's to the office.
Oh, to the office?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay, so the trial. The trial takes place 2 years after Mary's death, so May 2017. Caitlin is now 24 years old. The defense points to Bill, the husband. That's the stance that they are taking. But the prosecutors suggest that Bill and Kathy's relationship didn't really start until mid-September 2015. So Kathy is the sister of Mary. As I said, the defense they're pointing to Bill. Look how quickly he got into this other relationship.
Like 2 months
it
after
must have been
his
for
wife
the
dies.
life
Yeah.
insurance,
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
And then the prosecutors are saying, no, this relationship didn't start until after the death, her death, because I guess at some point Bill texted Kathy, says, "Where do you live again?" And this was after. Not to say they couldn't be meeting up somewhere.
Yeah. No, what do you mean?
If you catch my drift.
What do you mean?
But the defense continues to claim that no, Bill and Kathy started a relationship sooner while Mary was still alive.
Ooh.
There was a witness supposedly that saw them at a restaurant together
Oh, really?
prior to Mary passing away. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
The prosecution also says that Caitlin's DNA was found on the bottle and the cardboard wrapping. And this was presented with the evidence of the use of her cell phone with that email address, which, by the way, the password to that email address is
Caitlin?
no, is Adam is gay. So if that was your real email address,
Yeah,
would you
would
be
you-
calling yourself gay as the
not.
password?
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like there's a little bit
Yeah,
of
but-
viciousness there.
Like she's setting him up.
Yeah. And like I said, that combined with the email address, the medication order, and that anonymous letter, that was their case that they presented to the jury. The verdict. Peggy, hung jury. Take that, Peggy. No. It was 10-2 not guilty.
Yeah, I could see that.
And at this point, so she's still under house arrest. Okay? Because they are going to retry her.
They haven't retried her yet?
Oh, they retried her.
Oh, they did? Okay. All right. I'm getting ahead of you.
So the second trial now takes place November 2017. This is 6 months later than the first trial.
Okay.
And because they had more time to pull stuff together, they accumulate more evidence. So they find out that, the detectives find out that Adam's laptop was used for a cell phone backup. And that cell phone was Caitlin's cell phone. So she backed up data from her phone onto
Okay.
Adam's laptop.
Oh.
2 months after the killing, but before the police were starting to suspect her, notes were deleted from the backups. So 6,000 images were deleted, including screenshots from websites on poison. The searches include cyanide, poisonous mushrooms, and colchicine. One search even indicated that the person put in Mary's weight to see how much colchicine would kill her.
Oh my gosh.
And that is the prosecution's case. The defense now, instead of pointing at Bill, they're going to point at Adam because they feel like they had more evidence to be able to point directed to him. So Adam, and basically they point to Adam and they're trying to use that digital evidence that the prosecution accumulated against him, the same evidence but
Like
against
he's
him.
actually the one.
Yeah,
looking
doing
into
all this stuff.
Yeah.
So Adam takes the stand and he describes the toxic relationship with Caitlin, but the prosecution takes this uses this to their advantage, and to show that Caitlin is spiteful and vengeful and wanted to either take away something from him, like really make him hurt, or if something happens to his mother, he comes crawling back to her, one or the other. So the verdict: Caitlin is found guilty of manslaughter and sentenced to 23 years. She was at Bedford Hills Correctional Facility until January 25th, 2025, until, or at least when the New York State Appellate Court overturned her conviction, ruling that she had been denied effective counsel, meaning her attorney failed to challenge the admission of evidence obtained from her cell phone. In other words, the search exceeded the scope of the warrant.
Okay.
So they took her cell phone. Warrants are very specific, and you can't just take someone's cell phone and have free access to everything that's on that phone.
right.
So she was released from prison February 25th, 2025. There is currently a grand jury reviewing the case to determine if there is enough evidence to indict her again for a third trial.
Wow.
So this is happening right now.
Yeah.
The only thing they can charge her with is manslaughter because she was found not guilty
Yeah,
of the
there's,
degree
like,
murder
double
charge.
jeopardy,
Correct.
yeah.
Manslaughter is like the only charge that they could find her for. So I haven't heard anything more.
And she'd already served like 8 years, right? Or 7.5, 8 years before
Yeah.
she was
Yep,
released.
yep.
So if they do retry
She's close
her,
to 30 years old now.
yeah, and they may use that. I don't know if they're going to retry her, but even if she was found guilty on manslaughter, she's already served 7.5 year in the original manslaughter term. I don't know if that would come into play at all. I
Could.
guess we'll find out.
Yeah, or maybe they will not charge her. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was, like, why did she do it? It was for those reasons, either to really hurt
Supposedly.
Adam or to make him so vulnerable that he would come back to
Yes,
her. Because,
that's what the prosecution's saying.
Okay, all right. I don't know if those.
He seems flimsy to you?
It seems very flimsy.
Yeah. But I don't know.
Like, what was her
She seems
relationship
kinda
like?
unstable.
She does seem a little unstable. But
There's
like,
something
what was-
going on there.
What was her relationship?
And it's not the
with,
super marijuana. Or maybe it is.
It's got the gout medication in it. It makes
Yeah,
it
I
better,
know. Yeah.
So, what was her relationship like with Mary? Were they
Oh, she said she loved Mary.
okay?
She loved Mary like a mom and
Yeah.
was a great mentor.
Okay.
She only has nice things to say about Mary. She thinks the family should take a closer look at themselves, find out who amongst the family is the one who did it.
Maybe it was a sister.
Could be, you mean Sister Kathy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think that was part of the defense's claim, was that it was Bill and the sister together who
Okay.
came up with this plan to get
Yeah.
rid of Mary.
Yeah.
There was no payout from life insurance, because I think that might be a question too.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing that Bill was gaining was just keeping the money that they already had together, disposing of his wife, and then
Yeah.
getting a new girlfriend, aka Mary's sister.
That's gross.
Yeah. So, as I said, I had watched the Dateline episode a couple months ago. I am suspecting maybe that they pulled it because the grand jury is deciding
because she was
whether or not to
released,
try her again.
Yeah.
But I just watched this over the weekend. And this is the documentary by ABC News Studios. And that is still up on Hulu. So
That's weird.
I don't understand the
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
This one, although I don't recall that she spoke on the Dateline one, but for sure she is sitting at a table and she's telling you what happened. It's more of a documentary
Yeah.
speaking directly to her
Yeah,
when
right.
she was still in prison.
Okay.
And,
And is she denying she had anything to do
Oh,
with
yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Okay.
there's a couple things that happen in it. I'd be interested to hear your take on it, because she is asked directly of whether or not she wrote that letter.
Okay.
And she gets very emotional, very upset, and steps away from the camera, can't be on camera. She's like hyperventilating. And she almost does the same thing, or she does do the same thing during the police interview. When they're trying to really get her to admit, she seems like she's going to throw up, except it doesn't seem like there's any tears. I was, at first when I started watching it, I'm like, oh, maybe she is in it. She seems
Yeah.
like a sweet girl. She's intelligent. She's like a honor student. She was an honor student. Seems to come from a good family. But as the more she talked, I was like, I don't know. There seems to be something there. And
Yeah.
I didn't want to, even though I knew she was found guilty, I want to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
So I'd be interested to hear from all of you
Yeah, I
if you
might have to
decide to
watch
watch
that.
it. It's a
Yeah.
3-part series.
Yeah.
And this you can still see on Hulu. This one disappeared from Peacock. So.
I think that's weird that it disappeared, but
Yeah.
maybe you're right that it's because the grand jury is investigating or looking into this and trying to decide whether they're going to charge her a third time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
I did see that on Hulu, but I didn't watch it yet.
You have
I was
to.
like, is that any good? That looks stupid.
Yeah.
No, it's just, it's
But
very
now I know
interesting.
It's good.
Yes.
Because my son, he lives with me and he put me on his Hulu. So now I can watch it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Let me know what you find out or what you think.
Yeah, what I think.
Are
So
Bill and
then-
Kathy still together?
Yeah. The
Oh, I don't know. I think so. Because I don't know. Look it up, Carrie.
okay.
Bill and
Bill and
Kathy.
Kathy. Okay.
But that one is when she's still in jail. She didn't get out yet. The
Dateline?
little-
Out of jail.
The little Miss Innocent, though.
Oh, yes.
She was still in jail when
Um,
they.
she was still in jail.
During-
Then they did a little Miss Innocent update, and then that covered the fact that she was released. The
Oh, okay.
update was like 30 minutes long. It was annoying because it was just a rehash of everything. Because you have to bring everyone up to speed as to what the case is about. So you really could have just fast forwarded to the last 5 minutes and learned something new. So I wouldn't bother watching that one. I would just watch this one, and then just knowing that she was released and she's home.
And you said Mary is her sister?
Mary Yoder, she's the person that was murdered. Her sister is Kathy, who now is dating
Her hu-
Mary's husband.
Oh, so it's not her.
No, she's the assistant.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's the assistant, and then this is Mary who was killed.
Boy, that gal looked pretty good after being 10 years in jail. She didn't
Yeah.
even look like
Yeah,
she
she looks
aged.
young.
Yeah. Yeah.
She looks like
I
she's
would-
20.
Yeah.
Crack.
You should go check out Bedford Hills, see what it's all about.
That's where the rich people go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what was the?
There
I
was
can't
a
think of the
woman-
kid. Yeah, what was her name?
Who, Martha
one
Stewart?
that's-
No, it was.
Principal.
Yeah,
The what?
She was a principal, I think, that woman.
Is that the
yeah.
one
She
you're
was
thinking of?
poisoned by. Yeah, she poisoned her husband, I believe.
Or
See, it's a lady's
Boyfriend
weapon.
or something.
It's a lady's
Yeah.
weapon.
It's a lady's weapon. Yeah, yeah. What
Yeah.
was her name? Notable people incarcerated. Okay.
it's a fancy.
Did you find
Yeah.
anything about Bill and Kathy?
I couldn't find anything. Yeah, Jean Harris. That's who it is.
Yes,
Jean Harris.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty fancy place.
Yeah, she murdered her ex-lover, Dr. Herman Tarnover, who was a cardiologist and author of the best-selling book, The Scarsdale Diet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know who else was at Bedford Hills? Amy Fisher. Anybody remember that Amy
Maybe
Fisher?
I didn't remember
Yeah.
Amy Fisher.
I don't recognize all these
That's
other
where all
people.
the poisoning women.
That's,
I
where,
guess
that's where they
so.
all go. Yeah.
But Amy shot the girl. She poisoned her.
Yeah, I think that's, yeah, it was more brutal. I shouldn't, the poison, listen, the
Poison's
poison,
brutal,
it
too.
is.
Yeah.
And the way
Yeah,
they
yeah.
described it,
Yeah.
Mary and Bill's daughters were there at the hospital when she was like convulsing.
Oh, it sounds
and
like a terrible, absolutely
they say it
terrible.
was a terrible,
Yeah, very
yes,
painful, I'm
yes.
sure, and yeah. Yeah.
Which, that's sad too, that someone,
Sometimes the men poison the women too, though.
Yeah.
I've heard that. I've seen a lot of crazy shows.
Oh,
yeah. And they said, listen, not to say it could be Bill, and that's why I think Caitlin almost got off that first
Mm-hmm.
trial. Because like he had access to the office too. He could have ordered the stuff from Caitlin's computer.
Yeah.
So he's not scot-free
Right.
really either. He could frame his son, but
Yeah.
we already know Caitlin wrote the letter.
And the son's doesn't seem to be in the mix anymore.
No, he had a good relationship. I guess it was also hot and cold with his mom, but considering the age, I guess it's probably not surprising.
Yeah.
But other people say he had a strong bond with his mother. He was really upset at trial and at her sentencing hearing. He was upset that he even brought her into the family because they treated her like a sister or daughter. Caitlin was at the hospital when Mary passed away. Because they were that close,
Yeah.
all of them together. And
Yeah.
then she came, and
Right.
that's what really just angers the daughters is that this woman who did it is here at the hospital,
Yeah.
and then I'm hugging her, telling her she'll be okay,
Yeah.
and to take care of my brother Adam and all that stuff.
And meanwhile,
Then-
she's the one who did it.
yes,
Yeah.
Was it Caitlin's DNA on the toxins and
Yes.
not Adam's, not Bill's?
correct. But they also said, yeah, Caitlin was always getting the mail at the office, and she was always putting stuff away.
Medical assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the mail, with those things.
Plus, she was in the car. She could have touched the box, right, when she was in
I
the
guess
car, maybe.
under the piles of garbage. It was gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you think she's guilty?
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Where on the bottle, if it's on the cap.
Yeah, I don't know if they said, but they said on the bottle and on the cardboard wrapping that was around it. Yeah.
What doctor wrote the script for that?
So I
Right.
suspect, I found out somewhere that the company just requests that you write to the company, state the use for it, like from an official letter from official doctor's office. So I don't know if someone could have gotten a letterhead and just wrote something up. Another thing I saw was that, which I can't believe they can figure this out, but the ink that was used in the printer attached to Caitlin's computer was the same ink that was on the letter.
Interesting.
Yeah. Or
So there's a lot of
and
little
the
things that
envelope,
tie her.
because they came in, the investigators came in and looked at all the garbage
Mm-hmm.
also in the office, and they found envelopes that were like identical to the envelope that the anonymous letter was written in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. It was just, yeah, all very fascinating. Like I think there's more evidence out there that I just didn't see
Mm-hmm.
or find, but I'm sure it's there if you really want to read up on the case.
They must have found more evidence for the second trial, because the first one where they were 10 for her, right?
10-2.
10 to, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the fact that there was all those images on Adam's laptop that were from Caitlin's phone that she deleted, and then it was the searches on the poison websites the fact
Putting
that
in her weight and
putting in her
stuff,
weight,
height and weight,
yep.
yeah.
That's the evidence that was disallowed though, right?
No, I'm not sure exactly which evidence was disallowed. I think you might be right, though. So they would have to go back for another warrant, I imagine. I don't know if I don't know. I don't know how that works, if it's still available.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it should be.
They must still have it.
They must
Yeah.
save it. So
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know why.
It's one of those
If they convicted her the
boxes.
first, if they convicted her, I should say the second time, why not go for a third time?
Yeah.
Unless now you're already showing your cards to the defense, and the
Mhm.
defense have a better.
Yeah, maybe they'll have a better defense, or they'll be
Mhm.
able to
Yeah.
counterattack or whatever.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Do you think she's...
I think so. I hate to say it because
Yeah.
I agree. It seems like a flimsy motive,
Yeah.
but she also seems unstable.
Do they get paid for these things?
I don't know. I know there's some states that have laws that you cannot make money.
I
once
feel
you're
like New York
convicted.
State is one of them because that was the son of Sam law. So like he couldn't benefit from being interviewed in prison, and I feel like New
Yeah, I
York
think
State
you're
has a
right.
law against it. But when you talked about Selena last month, Yolanda Saldivar was paid for one of her interviews that she was given when she was in prison.
Yeah, but she's not in New York.
She's not in New York; it's
Yeah,
in
so
Texas,
it's-
so
yeah.
the laws may be different there.
Yeah.
I mean, she did get paid for
Yeah.
that. That was another issue that people were upset with her about.
So there is a website called freecaitlinconley.com. So at the time, they were really actively trying to get her out of prison. So I could see her doing this for free because it's helping her case, or so she thought. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been ignoring these. So that's what I'm wondering. Even though she didn't get paid for it, it still maybe would help her. Okay, so what was the relationship between Mary and her sister? They didn't really elaborate on that. This is Sister Kathy, I imagine. So I don't really know. They didn't say that they didn't like each other. So I imagine it was fine up until then.
her death, and then
And her death, I don't know.
you did mention that it was possible that maybe they were having a relationship, Bill and
It's possible, like
Kathy,
anything's possible.
yeah.
And then you think about Mary's phone conversation when
Yeah.
she said, we are not going to do that, and that's
Yeah.
not going to happen. Did he tell her, like, he's fallen in love with her sister?
Yeah, and maybe hey,
How
we're gonna
awful would
get
that
yeah,
have been?
and like maybe we're gonna get a divorce. I want a
Yeah.
divorce, and she's no, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
That gives
So,
him
I
motive
know.
to kill her. Yeah,
But then you consider all the pieces together, and it's
right. There's a lot of little things that are adding up to Caitlyn being the one.
if Caitlyn had written the anonymous letter and accused Bill, I think it would be easier to believe that Bill did it. But she's pointing the finger at Adam. Bill to me seems like the likely other suspect.
Adam's the son.
Adam's the son. They had an okay relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. The whole thing's just weird.
I can't figure out why.
She was really fixated on Adam.
Yeah. So she writes this anonymous letter. The police investigate both her and Adam.
Hmm.
She admits to writing the letter, basically says, hey, you should look at Adam. She's like, hey, let's get back together. That seems,
Or he's just really,
yeah,
he's just really depressed, and
yeah,
then reaches back out to her.
yeah,
and-
maybe. I don't know. It seems unusual
Yeah.
to me.
All
It
right,
seems like okay. Here's
Oh,
another
sorry.
question. So there's a book called "We Thought We Knew You" by M. William Phillips about Caitlyn, I believe. Did you read that?
No, I did
okay,
not.
we'll have to look that
Thank
up.
you.
I wonder if that's available in anywhere in the OWL system. It does look good. It's called "We Thought We Knew You: A Terrifying True Story of Secrets, Betrayal, Deception, and Murder."
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can download it and listen to it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, this was great.
Yeah,
Jenny.
so I'll be
Yeah.
interested in following it and see if they do try her for a third time. Do you think they will?
Yeah.
You think so?
Unless
Unless
they-
the family doesn't want to go through it again?
Or unless they don't think they'll get enough more time to make it worth the
Yeah.
payout.
Yeah,
Right.
I wonder if they're just going to say she's already served
Yeah.
X amount of time. Ooh,
What's the maximum for manslaughter? Is it like
I think she had
15?
20, she was supposed to do 23. Did I say that right? Was it 23 years? It was 23 years.
Yeah, so she's only done a third.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. So there's more there. Huh?
I said, I think they usually only do a half, they probably won't bother.
Yeah, if they think that it's not gonna be worth the money they're gonna have to put into it, then they
Mhm.
might not.
Yeah.
But that's not for them to decide, it's for the legislative, or whatever, not the grand
Right, the
jury.
The DA. Yeah. Yeah, yes.
So are both families still in the same area now that Caitlin's on house?
Yeah, I think so. And I will say too that Mary's other sisters, not Kathy, they really believe Caitlin is innocent.
Really?
Yes.
So
they
who
really
they think
believe
did
it's
it?
Bill.
Really?
Yes. So can you imagine those family gatherings?
Wow.
It's because they're mad at Kathy.
Probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I wonder if they do try her, and convict her. I wonder if she could get even more time on top of that.
There's probably a
I don't
maximum
think s-
sentence for
I don't know.
manslaughter,
That's a
right?
good
I don't
question.
know.
I don't know. And when you said that, that made me think of another charge, which was petty larceny. So apparently, Caitlin also stole from Mary's office after Mary passed away to pay some like Easy Pass tolls.
Come on.
So there's all these like weird things. Like when you add them all together, it doesn't feel like she's very honest.
To cover up that she went and picked up the coltracine someplace. off the
Yeah.
freeway.
How much does she owe an Easy Pass?
I don't know. That was something I came across from
Yeah.
another website. I'm like,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
What
come
is
on.
going on?
Come on.
Anyway, I guess I'll ask all of you. Do you think she did it? Or do you think it was Bill? Do you think it was Adam? Do you think there's reasonable doubt there that maybe she should be found guilty?
I'd have to hear her first.
I think
Yeah,
she
watch
needs-
the show.
Yeah.
I think she needs some psychological help, no matter what.
Is she manipulative?
Faking rapes and
Yeah. Was she even pregnant? Is that?
I don't know. That was just
Yeah.
that was something the prosecutor said, and I'm
Okay.
assuming I think
She
it was
probably was.
it was a
Yeah.
fake
Yeah.
well, they-
pregnancy.
Yeah. It was.
She would have
a
had
tru-
to
It was
have
real.
Fake. It was a fake pregnancy.
She faked being pregnant.
That's what. Yeah, just to
Okay.
get him back.
Oh my
She
god.
would have had to have surgery
Yeah.
if it was an ectopic.
Oh
I
my
think that was why
gosh.
the prosecutor brought it up
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
This is just another instance of
Yeah,
her,
or
you know,
her-
like manipulation
Yeah.
is like a good
lying
word.
and- yeah. Wow. That's crazy. Okay, so good news. That book is actually available in Hoopla.
Oh yeah, as an ebook or audiobook.
Both.
Awesome.
Yeah. And the great thing about Hoopla is we can all listen to the audiobook at the same time
We
if we wanted to. Because you can just instantly download it. You've given us a lot to think about. That's a really interesting case.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
thank you
welcome.
very much. Good job. Yeah, very